we're gonna go get to calling. For several years now, I've been working together with a good friend of mine, Kirby Taylor, to come up with a perfect call that would suit all of my needs as a predator caller. Some of the features that I was wanting in a predator call are a mouthpiece that would create less fatigue in my mouth, a bell or call body that would specifically shaped to fit my hand, an air channel that would slope with the contour of the mouthpiece so that more precise volume control could be achieved. I barely push any air through this call, and I want to make the slightest, softest distress cries possible. Now I'm going to take a little time and talk to you a little bit about the Ruffidawg Coaxer. This is my softest volume call. It's great for opening up a stand. It's soft volume, like I said. It's great for coaxing, calling a spot when the wind is dead calm. It's just a great all-around call to have in the bag. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I would blow this call. You can make a wide range of sounds from this open reed call, and I'm going to try to demonstrate all of those. Whether you're elk hunting up in the woods of Colorado, here's a cow elk mew. Now, if you're wanting to make a cottontail distress cry, or if you'd like to make a mouse chirp. How about some form of a bird distress? All I'm doing is going to tickle my tongue. How about a jackrabbit distress cry? I'm going to go further in on the reed to make a deeper, raspier sound. Notice this call is a lot softer, but it still produces great sound. The fact is that I do not have to blow much air to get this call to make a sound, and that's what's so great about it. For a beginning caller, it's tough to blow an open reed call per se, but that's some of the features that I've molded into this call. Is I wanted a call that was easier to blow, took less air to make the sound, fit in your hand comfortably, fit in your mouth very nice, so you didn't have much fatigue in your mouth. Now I'm going to take just a minute and show you exactly what kind of sounds I can make with the Ruffidawg Coaxer. I'm going to start out the furthest out on the reed tip and make a mouse chirp. And by doing that, all I'm doing is huffing air. No pressure whatsoever to make that mouse chirp. And what I found is once you're calling that predator in, whether it's a bobcat, red fox, coyote, whatever it is, sometimes when you change that sound, just a chirp like that, those predators cannot handle it. They have to come check it out, and they throw all caution away and they just come running in. I tried this on one particular stand, and you're going to notice that in the Ruffidawg Jr. DVD, where I used a mouse chirp and that coyote ran right to me. So again, the very end of the reed, I'm not biting down, I'm just pushing my lips down on the reed. I'm just huffing air through it, just barely. Now let's move on to the cottontail distress cries. You're out there in the woods and you want to try to call a red fox in. Soft volume call, great call to call a red fox. I'm going to go up on the reed about a quarter of the way to a third of the way up. I still want a high pitched sound. I'm going to use my lips and bite down on the reed. And all I'm going to say is wah, wah. And what we're going to do is, with the D-shaped bell, it fits perfectly in my hand. I cup it, and I'm going to push air through this a lot harder, a lot faster, and I'm going to mix in some hand movements to create a way more distressful sound to let that predator out there know that something is really in distress. As you have seen, I'm just blowing air through this call. Once you can blow air through it and make a sound, then you can begin to develop your own cadence, your own style of calling. Each caller out there, I don't care who they are, they're going to sound different. For all the people that want to try to sound like me, there's going to be something out there that's going to make your sound a little bit different. We don't all have to sound the same. That's what's so great about it. No two rabbits sound the same. Bird distress cries sound different. An animal doesn't really depict that it's a cottontail over there. He just knows an animal is in distress and he wants to come check it out. Whether he's hungry, he's curious, or he's aggressively seeking out what's put that animal in distress. So how about we go on a stand and I show you exactly how I called a predator in with this Ruffidawg Coaxer. We drove in here, we're in a pasture, we've driven in probably a mile off the road. What I want to try to do, the wind's blowing a little harder than what I like, but it appears that we're going to be having a really nice roly-poly layout of the land in front of us, and that's a great bedding area for coyotes. They like to sleep up high, but when you get those little depressions, that's where they bed. And the grass is so tall in these pastures that the coyotes can bed anywhere. So what I'm going to do is, even though it's windy, I'm going to open up with my Ruffidawg Coaxer, just playing jackrabbit distress. That's all I want to do. And one thing we've got to remember is predators have such a better keen sense of hearing than we do, that even though we think we're not blowing very loud, we actually are very loud to them, and they can hear so many times better than us. So I'm going to open up the stand with the Ruffidawg Coaxer, and that's what's so great about this call, is that's why I designed it. It's soft. I don't think there's any possibility of ever blowing out a predator because it's too loud, because it's just it's so soft. So let's get out there and see if we can't call in a coyote. I want you to notice all the little bumps and holes where a coyote can hold up out here in front of us. Great, great spot. I can't wait to call this spot. I don't know exactly what happened on this stand. First series, calling with the Ruffidawg Coaxer. Out from behind the hill here, right here in front of us, a coyote come out, and I was calling. I didn't see the coyote right away, and the coyote was looking at me when I saw him. I think the coyote saw me moving, and it proceeded to circle clear around and ended up coming up right over here. I started the mouse squeak, and that coyote, here he come. But the problem is our wind's going that way, and in order for me to get a good shot, he was getting ready to go down in a hole over here. I opted to take the shot. It was probably a 225-yard shot. Nonetheless, made a great shot. Let's go take a look at that coyote. Nice little old coyote, real woolly thing, but it's got mange. Doggone it. Man, that's a pretty coyote, had it not had mange. Well, as I had said, using the Ruffidawg Coaxer on this stand just to open up the stand. It's a great call for that soft sound. Whether you're in the woods or you're just, if it's dead calm, that first stand in the morning, it's just pin drop calm. What a great way to start the stand. Then you can move up in volume to Ruffidawg Jr. or just the plain old Ruffidawg. It's my loudest call. So it's a great day so far. It's cold. The coyotes are responding well. And as you can see, another nice coyote. We're gonna get to calling.